What is up, guys? I am back with another stamp design video, and this time I get to talk about the Zen Sidewinder that I did. This video is a little bit tough for me to watch. So, don't get me wrong, I like how the design turned out, but sitting here and watching my workflow that I used to arrive at the final is kind of painful for me to watch because I did a lot of work that didn't actually get used. I did the concept sketch, that's normal, but the scales were really the tricky part about this. I wanted to make sure they looked correct, so I put down like the framework, the grid that they would rest on top of to make sure that they receded naturally into the distance and conformed to his body and twisted the correct direction as he was twisting. And it sounds like an easy thing to do, but it's really not. And I didn't like the first way I did it. And so I deleted what I had and came up with a new system and made a new set of scales. I thought it turned out pretty well. I wasn't unhappy with it, but in the end, I just looked at it when it was done and I thought, he looks fat. Like, it's supposed to be kind of like a little bundle of snakes, and they look kind of pudgy, and the knot that they were tied into it was too tight. I was hoping for something a little looser, and it was a big disappointment because I looked at it, I felt like I was swinging for a home run, and I just missed the ball. So I started all over. I took some of the lessons I learned from doing the first version and I applied them to the second one. So it wasn't completely wasted effort. I did learn some stuff that I could use to make the second attempt more efficient. It's just that I didn't want to waste all that time, and that was the painful part. So the first design wasn't a complete loss. I liked the composition. I liked the workflow that I came up with. It's just that I thought I executed it poorly. So I started over and I made the looser knotwork of snakes. And again, I took a couple attempts trying to make sure that I had that grid work just right, because if your underlying grid isn't right, then the scales aren't going to turn out right. So speaking of the composition, the reason I chose this composition is because Bob Camp did the original stamp design for the original DX Sidewinder. And I don't know if you know Bob Camp, but he is the creator and artist for Ren and Stimpy. So if you go back and look at the DX Sidewinder stamp, Bob Camp did that. What he did was he made an S shape. It looks like he drew an S shape because the word Sidewinder starts with S. So I also wanted to do that. What you're looking at here are my two snakes. They are two S's that are completely intertwined with each other. And that's an intentional homage on my part to Bob Camp. Like I said, it was a little painful for me to watch the process that I used to arrive at the final, but I think the end turned out pretty well, so I'm happy with it, and I hope you guys are too. Thanks a lot. I'll catch you next time.